Hi, and welcome to Tony's Cool Tools. I appreciate you being here. So in today's video, we're not going to be doing any reviews. I finally get to cut these two trees down here that have been a thorn in my side. This one here specifically because I can't turn large tractors or trailers around in my yard. I got a tight yard here and I always end up hitting this. So by taking this out, I'm going to gain more space and I can probably load a 25-foot trailer or 22-foot trailer in here with no problem. Now the oak behind me there is also a problem. It's dying on me and the branches have fallen off and it's pretty ugly up there. So I figured take both of them off at the same time and at the same time grind all the stumps, put grass seed in here and get it all ready for this spring. So to give you an idea as to what equipment we're going to be using and which chainsaws, it's the Stihl MS500i, the MS462, and for doing limbing or trimming the trees, we have a top-handled 192 MS192 and the brand new MS201TC. Can't wait to try that out here. In addition, even though it's super windy today, so we're going to rope the trees and use the RH pusher over there as additional insurance to make sure that the tree goes where we want to go. And for some of the heavy-duty equipment to help me clean up and move the logs here, we're going to be using the new Eastonmade FG42. And the last thing we're going to do is finish the job by grinding the stumps here. Now we're going to be using the Baumelite 3P24 and we'll show you the difference between grinding this pine and the oak behind us. So you'll see how quickly they go. Okay, here we go. We're ready to make our cut here. Now we put the tree jack here as insurance, even though we have a rope up here going to a tree down there and then redirect the tractor. So we'll see how this goes. We're going to try to make it in between the two goal posts over there and see how close we come. Okay, we got it safely down. Now all we're going to do is limb this up and then buck up the wood here, or at least cut it into 8-foot sections so I can move it quickly.
Perfect.
So we finished our first tree. We're moving on to the oak here. Now this is a double leaner, both towards the house and at the corner. So we do have the rope, just like we did the pine tree, plus the RH pusher jack here. So let's get cutting. And this time, I'll let Trevor do some cutting. So I'm going to utilize every bit of this tree and not have any cookies. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it right now. So the last thing we have to do is remove the stumps, both the pine and the oak. So we're finally finished dropping these two trees, the pine and the oak. And we brushed them all out afterwards, as well as cut them into lengths and put them into our wood yard. And we also ground the stumps here, so the job is complete. And I hope you had as much fun watching us as we had doing this. So remember, pass it forward, make the world a better place. And don't be a tool. Watch Tony's Cool Tools. Until I see you next time, have a great day.